Hi, my name is Jessica and I got accepted into the Disney College program. So I wanted to start off by explaining a little bit about what exactly the Disney College program is and why I am so excited to be participating in it this semester. So the Disney College program is a semester-long internship that takes place at either Walt Disney World or Disneyland Resort. There are a lot of different roles that you can do when you participate in the Disney College program, so everybody's experience is a little bit different. My role is merchandise, so that means I will be working somewhere on property in a shop. I am doing the Walt Disney World Disney College program, and I will be there from January 29th through May 17th, 2018. So I am doing the spring program. They also do a fall program, which takes place from about August through the very early parts of January. Now, they only open applications for both of these programs for a few months at a time. So if you want to apply for the fall semester, they will be opening pretty soon in January to early February of 2018. And then if you want to apply for next spring, the 2019 spring semester, then they will be opening from about August through September, around that time frame. They keep applications open for a couple months, but they could close at any time, so I wouldn't wait to apply. I would say apply pretty early just to make sure that you get to apply before they close. They don't always announce when they're closing them, so that makes sure that you don't miss your opportunity just because you didn't know when applications would close. There are 3 different steps to the application process. So the first process is the normal application. You just fill out your name, some personal information, and all of your job experience. This one's pretty easy. You just send it in and it gets put into the system. If you're chosen past this point, you get to move on to the second step, which is the web-based interview, or WBI. This is basically an online personality test. They just ask you a lot of questions about your personality, how you react to certain situations, how you feel living alone, how you feel being around different types of people, how you would respond within certain work environments, a lot of questions like that. It's just to get to know you and make sure that you're a good candidate for the Disney College program and for the Disney company as a whole. Now, don't be discouraged if you don't pass this the first time. This is actually my 4th time applying. So I did not actually pass my WBI the first time that I took it, which can seem pretty devastating when you first apply because you think that you're Disney material and you've been waiting for this your whole life, and then all of a sudden you take a personality test that basically says that you are not ready and that the Walt Disney World Company will not be accepting you. So that's pretty devastating to hear when you are first applying, but stay persistent. Like I said, this is my 4th time applying, and the other 3 times I passed my web-based interview, so sometimes it just takes a little bit of growing. The first time that I applied, I was a freshman in college, and I didn't even actually have the job that I have now, so I didn't have nearly as much job experience, or honestly really life experience, because I just hadn't been through as much. And so every time that I applied, I became more desirable to the company because I had more experience, like I said, in job and in life, and I was able to answer their questions more and more accurately, and I was more prepared every time that I applied. So if you don't pass the first time, don't feel discouraged. Just try again the next semester because there's so many chances. You can even apply up to 6 months after you graduate, so you don't have to be in your semester of college. You can wait till right after college if that's better, but just keep applying, stay persistent, and I promise that that will pay off. So if you do pass the WBI, they will let you know immediately, and that means you get to schedule your phone interview, which is the 3rd step in the process. Now, the phone interview you schedule for about a week out from where you are, and you get a recruiter to call you, and they will ask you a lot of questions. This one's a lot more one-on-one, and it's not with a computer, it's with an actual person, an actual recruiter. So there are so many websites online where you can find questions that recruiters might ask you. There's some that are specific to the jobs that you put down, And there are some that are general, just how you'd respond to difficult customers, how you would react in certain situations, kind of like the WBI, but a lot more personal and a lot more specific. You're not choosing from a bulleted list, you're actually telling a story about how you would react. I do recommend looking at the questions online. I know it really helped me. I was able to know a little bit of what to expect from my recruiter. Some people will tell you to write down your answers and put them like in a cheat sheet in front of you. I don't recommend doing that at all. I think that when people do that, they sound really rehearsed and they sound very stale. It's really hard to sound genuine when you're reading off of a paper like that, especially when you're that nervous and you're just trying to impress them. But they don't completely care that you have the number one right answer. They care that you are the right person for the job. And if you sound rehearsed and like you're just reading someone else's answers, that might not mean that you're ready for the job. It just means you know the right things to say. So I would recommend looking them over, having some stories in mind that you would like to tell that are good examples of customer experiences you've had or personal experiences you've had. But I don't recommend putting them in front of you and reading them off, because I don't think that that is the best way to really get your personality across and to really drive home that you are a good fit for the Disney College Program. Like I said, this is my 4th time applying. The first time I didn't get a phone interview, but I did get phone interviews all other 3 times. Your phone interview sometimes feels like it went really well. It's a good idea to write down the recruiter's name, try to mention it throughout. That way you seem more personable and you get to know them a little more. They have a lot of these calls, and it makes it a lot easier if you treat it like a conversation rather than just a strict phone interview where they're asking you questions and you're super nervous. It helps calm you down a little bit. It's good to ask them questions. This is a good time that you can interact with a person who knows about the Disney College Program. And most of the recruiters did the DCP themselves. So a lot of them have good opinions and good stories and really good advice that they can give you one-on-one if you ask them questions like that. So don't worry too much about your phone interview. Just make sure that you are getting across your experience, getting across your personality, and just making sure that you can drive home as much as possible that you are confident and ready and willing to do whatever it takes to do the Disney College Program. And don't forget to tell how much you love Disney also. They'll ask a lot of questions about that. I've usually had 1 or 2 or 3 ask about why I want to do the Disney College Program, what Disney magic means to me, that kind of thing. So it's not all about job experience and everything. They want to make sure that you're Disney material and that you really love the company as much as anyone else. So don't forget to kind of research yourself and figure out why exactly you want to do the Disney College Program. That's the number one important thing. So speaking of why we want to do the Disney College Program, I wanted to work for the Walt Disney Company since I was very young. The first trip I ever took to Disney with my family was when I was 3 months old, and it was actually the 25th anniversary of Walt Disney World. So even though I do not completely remember that trip, I hold it so special in my heart that I got to go in that special anniversary, and hopefully someday I'll get to go to the 50th anniversary and kind of come full circle with that lifetime love of Disney. I remember when I was really little, I wanted to be Belle in the Hollywood Studios production of Beauty and the Beast. Belle was my favorite classic princess, and I've always loved musicals. So it only seemed natural that that's where I would start my journey with the Walt Disney Company. But unfortunately, when I got older, I realized that I'm not much of a singer, and since Belle is a princess, of course she is. I'm also a couple inches too short to be a princess, so there's a lot of things that are wrong with that. So as I've grown older, my dream of working with the Disney Company have progressed a little bit. I am now studying marketing in school, so I'm hoping someday to be more on the backside of Disney in the corporate area, not quite in the parks, but I am so excited to be able to start in the parks. It's really exciting to be able to be around the guests and be able to really interact with them, because you can't really be corporate and really know how to market and reach your guests without really knowing who they are. So it's really exciting to start down low on the totem pole and really get to know your guests and get to know, you know, your environment and get to know the parks really one-on-one. So I'm super excited to be able to be part of that magic on a daily basis. So like I said, I will be moving down on January 29th, so I am super excited to be making that big move, and I will be staying till about the middle of May. I am a merchandise cast member, so I'll be somewhere on property in a shop, but I'm not exactly sure of my location yet. I won't know about that until a little closer to when I leave, but even that's coming up pretty soon, so I'm really excited. This is something I've been dreaming about for so long, at least since middle school. And I'm just excited to be a part of the company and a part of the magic and a part of Walt's dream that he had so long ago. I absolutely adore Disney and the man behind all of the magic. So I'm just excited to be part of that and be part of the magic. And I am so excited that you guys are going to follow along on my journey with me. So don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. I hope to see you along on this adventure.